Alright, there's a topic I want to talk about. I don't know what I'm going to say, but we're going to give it a shot. And that is the heaven machine versus the hell machine, or the life machine versus the death machine. So what I've noticed is that oftentimes things are run down, aren't being managed correctly, and people are lazy. Like if you go and you work for some place and you begin to manage it, you have to do a lot of work to turn it around, to get everybody back on good habits. And it seems like everywhere I turn in life, I see that that is the requirement for life. Or growth, to facilitate growth, to facilitate success, is that you have to constantly freaking maintain it, versus the death machine, which is one that is self-sustaining, seemingly. Right? The thing that you're battling against in creating life sustains itself. That's why it's a constant battle. But it's frustrating because the people that I've loved the most in my life, I've had to give the most attention, and I've had to struggle with and be persistent in my giving direction. Like 1 week, I set the expectation. This is what I want you to do. I get on their butt about it. Do it this way. Nope, not that way. Do it this way. Nope, not that. Do this. And then I give it a week. I don't say anything. I come back, and it's all messed up. They're back to their old ways. Or they're back to doing what they want to do, which is not doing good. Not giving attention to detail. Not doing all their side work. Etc. You see this in the book of Nehemiah in the Bible. Nehemiah was a governor, I believe. I think he gave the governorship to somebody else, but I digress. He governed the new Israel, or the Israel that came back from their 70-year exile, and essentially, helped with Ezra and others to rid society at the time of wickedness and make it righteous so that they can attain prosperity rather than destruction from God, attain favor and whatnot. And Nehemiah worked for the King Xerxes, Artaxerxes or whatever, before he eventually helped Israel become established. And so he had to go back and report to King Xerxes, and he spent some time there. And when he came back to Israel, everything had changed. The things that he had established, keep the temple holy, don't marry foreign women, etc., had been disbanded. The person that he put in charge created a room inside God's temple for some other guy. And he was like, what the heck? I gotta go in and I gotta break down these walls, move that guy out, take all the vessels and all the holy things out of the Holy of Holies, bless all that stuff, cleanse it all, put it all back in. He's like, this is ridiculous. Why do I have to, I go away for a couple of months, I come back and everything's ruined. You guys are just asking for destruction. It's like, I see that everywhere in life. It's almost like people are asking for their own destruction. If you weren't there to help them succeed, they would just fall into a bottomless pit with no end. The world would just crumble and corrode. It's crazy to me. It's like, my thinking is, why would I want to help this person who I have to constantly look over their shoulder and give them direction and persuade them to do the right thing? Clearly they're not a good person if they constantly fall from that goodness. If I'm not there, if I wasn't there, they wouldn't be good. So therefore, why help them? The Jewish people in the Bible, throughout history, required a good leader. They required it. If they didn't have a good leader who was righteous and followed God, then they would never be good. Seemingly. Does that make Judaism bad, or the Jews bad, or the Israelites bad? God clearly loves them. God has cared for them for thousands of years. And God makes it very known how he feels about their stiff-neckedness and etc. About their wicked ways of falling into regressive cycles. Look at that. I don't know if you can see that. Stericycle. Stericycle. We protect what matters. Crazy, given the context of what we're talking about. All right. So, what's going on? We got a death machine that always runs. And if not bested, we'll take over and it will run. And we have a life machine that needs constant maintenance and is only able to be employed by righteous individuals, let's say. People who are not susceptible to the death machine, or those who are see the way, and the way is to fight against it. Life machine versus the death machine. It's interesting. The death machine seems to have a lot more power than the life machine. However, the life machine is designed to defeat the death machine. Of course, the death machine is designed to corrode and destroy the life machine, if not tended to. But it's in very different ways. The death machine is easily bested by the life machine. Easily. Clear winner on top. But in the end, who's the real winner? If the death machine is the one that prevails. I guess what this means is I should be a little bit more understanding of those people who continue to fall for the death machine. And to love them regardless of their wicked ways. Not everybody is Isaiah. Not everybody is Jeremiah. Not everybody is King David. Not everybody is chosen to create life machines. But I think it is a choice to be a part of one. That's where people are given a choice. Not everybody can create a life machine, but we choose to be a part of the machine that we choose to be a part of. I guess it requires an understanding of the death machine. Is that why they say build a death machine before a death machine builds you? Build a death machine so you know what to look for. So you don't fall for it. So you can choose the life machine. Well, my friends, we got a lot of work to do. We got a lot of work to do. A lot of death machines rolling around, creating havoc, causing destruction. Truthfully, all it would take is a single life machine to tear it all down for good. But I gotta know if you're with me in this endeavor. If so, then maybe we can make something happen. And we can fix this world once and for all.